Okay, the reason I'm doing this video is because this one is to help out dry cleaners. Okay, I've been hearing a lot from people across all businesses and industries right now. They're all having a challenging time. The previous video I did was on restaurants and how they can achieve marketing sales and stay in business during these challenging times. This one is with dry cleaner marketing. Okay, what can you do if you're a dry cleaner? Okay, so one of the first things I put on there is what you can do is joint venture. Okay, for example, like let's say there's a restaurant that has barbecue takeout right now. A lot of restaurants are doing curbside delivery, curbside pickup, or they're doing takeout. Okay, where people show up and they take out the food and stuff right now with all the closures going on and regulations and stipulations. Okay, what can you do if you're a dry cleaner? You can create a flyer, okay, a marketing flyer. You can even offer the restaurant, it doesn't have to be barbecue. It could be Chinese food, Mexican food, Italian food, whatever. There's all kinds of restaurants you can joint venture with. You can create a marketing flyer for your dry cleaning business, okay? And you can give that restaurant a percentage of the sale, like, whatever, 5 or 10%. Your concern initially is not to make money on the first sale of the new client you're going to get. Your initial concern is to get their name, address, email, phone number, anniversaries, birthdays. Start building a database on these clients. Get them in your circle of influence. That's what you want to do. Okay. On the first sale with any client you get, you want to break even. Sometimes, not always, you can lose money on the first sale. Why? Because you're not thinking about that first sale as being the most profitable one. You're looking at these clients from what we call LTV, which is lifetime value. You want to look over the broad picture, the broad spectrum, the long term picture. Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, so something I wrote on here is what we call an A/B split test. Okay, and marketing we have A/B split test. Okay, what does that mean? That means if you're going to do this flyer with the restaurants and say, hey, when you go deliver that food, can you hand them this flyer as well? If they buy from us or decide to work with us, we'll give you a percentage of the sale. Like I said, 5, 10%, whatever. You negotiate that. And at the bottom of the flyer, like let's say this is Jim's barbecue, you can put JBBQ. That way it came from him. And you say, hey, you know what? Shelly came into our place of business as a dry cleaner and they got the flyer from you. So here's 5, 10% of the sale as a thank you, something like that. Okay. Um, Also, you want to joint venture with other companies right now. Okay. HVAC, heating, air conditioning, cooling, car insurance companies, local car insurance companies, life insurance agents, people who are in State Farm, who are in Allstate, and who is complementary to your business but not competitive with you. Okay, and I made a bunch of notes here of different ideas as well. Oh, this is a real good one right here. Free publicity with television and news stations. Okay, how do you do that? Okay, what you want to do is you want to get a hold of the television and the local news stations. Okay, and you want to ask them, you know what? Who do I talk to? Who's in charge of your media department? Okay, and what you want to do is you want to help people during these challenging times. Okay, like let's say the nurses and the assistants, people at the hospital. Okay, they wear scrubs or they may have clothes they need dry cleaned. Okay, you can offer to do a dry cleaning for them, free of charge. You can put that on the news and say, hey, you know what? Anybody who's a first responder, EMT, police officer, law enforcement, military personnel, nurses, doctors, anybody who's on the front line. If you come to our dry cleaners, okay, if you come to our place of business, we'll give you your dry cleaning free, up to whatever $25, $30 value, whatever. Okay. Now you're saying, well, wait a minute, that's going to cost me money. Yes, it is going to cost you money to do that. Okay, there is a cost. I understand that, but if you're getting on the news station and the news is doing a story on you about that, hey, Bob's Cleaners down here on 123 Main Street is offering $30 free dry cleaning to any first responders or nurses or doctors or people on the front line, EMTs of this coronavirus. Okay. That's advertising and a captive audience you didn't have to pay for. Okay. You follow me? So again, call the news station because they're always looking for news stories. They're always looking for programs, things they can put on their news. Okay. They're always looking for new leads and lead generation. Okay. That's one way to do it. Local radio stations, you can let them know as well. Maybe they can do a live feed from your place of business. Say, hey, come down to Bob's dry cleaner. If you're a first responder, they're offering free dry cleaning right now, something to that effect. Okay. Again, these are just ideas that I wrote down that I'm giving you to kind of generate leads, get your mind thinking. Okay. Also, there's a lot of military veterans who are transitioning out of the military. Okay. And they're going into civilian life. All right. You may be able to do another thing, marketing. You can use your Facebook, you can use your social media, Instagram, YouTube, what have you. Okay, you can say, hey, you know what? We're offering 50% off to military veterans who are transitioning to civilian life and need to have their suits clean, their shirts clean, ladies as well. You need to have your blouses, your dress clean, your suits if you're going in for job interviews, stuff like that. Okay, you want to continue to constantly stay out there and do goodwill because when you do good, it comes back to you in different forms. Okay, that's another one there. Um, what's the other one here? Oh yeah, the Workforce Commission. Okay, every state has some type of workforce commission. Okay, especially right now, a lot of people who are getting laid off, they're getting fired. Okay, I'm gonna just abbreviate this: State Workforce Commission. Okay, everyone has one. What is that? They may, and you've got to look into this. They may have grants or some kind of money available where they'll pay you to dry clean clothes of people who are unemployed, who do not have the money, but they're transitioning back into the workforce. Okay, they're going out there for job interviews. Again, you have to contact those people, check with them, see if those kind of things are available. Okay, I'm not sure on that. You'll have to look into that. Oh yeah, the other thing is radio stations, also satellite channels as well, but local radio stations. You can get a hold of them and ask them. I believe, I'm not sure if I'm spelling this right. We'll figure that out here. Remnant add space. Okay. What is remnant add space? Okay. What that is every radio station has to sell advertising blocks in between the music. Okay. And sometimes they don't have an advertiser for a certain slot or several slots. Okay. That space is going to go unsold. Okay. So if you contact them and you say, hey, do you have remnant ad space, that you haven't sold, because they'll let it go at a percentage. They'll let it, instead of selling at 100%, they may sell it at 50%. They may sell it at 60, 70% off because they need to fill that slot. And if you buy in bulk, right, a percentage of advertising, and you ask for remnant space, where's the extra space you're not selling? Okay. Now, sometimes you don't get to choose the times or days that it's available because it's remnant. It's what didn't sell, but still you're getting it at a discount. Okay. You have to check with that on the radio stations. Also, when you do that, you want to negotiate when you're advertising with them. Okay. You want to negotiate on what's called a CPM. Okay. And that just stands for cost per thousand. Okay. Cost per thousand. Okay. That means they're selling that to you based on how many thousands of listeners they reach. There's a certain dollar amount, okay, that they sell, but ask them on that, what's the cost per thousand? And again, you can negotiate all of it, especially right now. All businesses are starting to cut back. They're starting to reduce their advertising, reduce their marketing, so there's more available and there's more room for you to negotiate. They still have to sell that space, okay? If you do that, if you do advertise, I highly recommend you stick to country music stations, okay? If you're going to advertise on the radio, and talk radio, okay? Those are the areas you want to focus on if you're going to advertise, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with the other radio stations, but typically studies have shown people listen to country music and talk radio are more likely to listen to the advertising or be more in tune or be more of a clientele that you're trying to reach, okay? So again, country music stations and talk radio if you're going to do that. What else do we have here? Oh yeah. Um, what you want to do is you want to create some type of free report about your business, okay, about dry cleaning and the processes and stuff like that, okay. The report can be 5 things to look for. This is just an example, okay. You want to create a free report you can hand out, okay. You can send that via email, or you can send that to your existing clients, or you can even share that on your social media channels, okay. And it could be something to the effect like, 5 things, to look for in a dry cleaner or something. I'm just making this up, okay? Now, you know your business better than anybody, okay? You know your business extremely well. Now, what you want to do is by creating this free report, right? 5 things to look for in a dry cleaner, you can tell them like there are certain chemicals that are used in dry cleaning that are safe for you, and there are certain chemicals that are cheaper that are not as safe for you. And you can justify why maybe your price is higher by saying we use this chemical instead of a lower grade one that's more harmful because we value your safety. Okay. Now, what you're doing when you're sharing this report and you're telling them here's 5 things to look for in a dry cleaner is you're starting to differentiate yourself from other dry cleaners and other, people who are in a similar field as you are. Okay. And by doing that, you're starting to develop trust with your client. You're starting to become a trusted source versus just trying to sell them. Now you're educating them. Okay. And when you start educating somebody, you become more and more of a trusted source. Okay. So that's another idea of something you can do. Oh yeah, this is another one right here. Start looking at contracts, okay, with not big companies, contracts with, like let's say somebody has then they will reopen right now. Event they're going to open when they do open, like let's say gyms, right, fitness facilities, they've got big area rugs where people walk in. Those have to be cleaned. Okay, they have to be cleaned, changed out, especially right now. So what you can do is you can go to a local gym chain and say, hey, you know what? We dry clean those rugs. Okay. Also, can you start to pivot and offer different services? Okay. Now, the reason I put here is 70% are not happy. 70% of people who have existing contracts with another dry cleaner who's doing something like that, maybe cleaning the rugs, they're not happy with their current provider. Okay. 70% of them are not happy with their current provider. What does that mean? That means if you come in and you're providing value and you're providing a better dry cleaning service for them, they're going to shift a contract over to you, okay? Because they're not happy with the one they have. They just don't have the time to go look for a new one. And here you are offering something like that, okay? So you can land a big contract like that. Also, can you start to pivot? Okay, what do I mean by pivot? Okay, offer additional services and products, okay? All right, again, I'm just shorthanding this stuff here. Okay, what do I mean by offering additional services? If you go to the gym to offer the dry cleaning, maybe in this field, this is what's happening right now with a challenging environment. It's a push for you to shift as well and add more products and services. Okay, what do I mean by that? You can start adding the antibacterial soap that they use in the men's restroom and women's restroom. Maybe you can start finding a supplier of the toilet paper for the men's and women's restroom. Also, the air fresheners and the urinal fresheners, okay, that freshen the urinals, okay. Maybe you can start pivoting with your business and getting into that. So now you've got different revenue streams instead of just one revenue stream, okay. You follow? That's what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is instead of most, you know, most business owners, they just think like this, linear, right? Okay, but now you're thinking exponential. You're thinking huge. You're like, wait a minute, I can add this service and I can add that service. Okay, these are just more and more things you can add. All right. Let's see what else here. Okay, we already talked about that one. Oh yeah, also something you could possibly do is sponsor local little league teams, right? Or you can sponsor little what are they called? Like the local Kiwanis clubs. They always have, baseball teams and sports going on, and the kids have jerseys, and those things cost money. You can put your name or your logo on the back of it, said, hey, sponsored by Bill's Dry Cleaner Services, and put your phone number on there. And then you're sponsoring them. Okay, so now every time they're playing baseball, they're seeing your logo on the back of the shirt, right? There's another option there. Okay. Um, what else here? Oh, yeah. Uh, Schools, right? And they will reopen. Okay, schools, the bands, right? At these schools, they're always doing fundraisers and stuff like that. You could offer, like as a second or third prize, if they do a raffle ticket kind of thing, dry cleaning service, like $30 free gift card to the third place winner of the raffle, for the school, and you could donate that. And again, there's a client who maybe has not used your business who's coming in. Again, capture name, phone number, email, address, birthdays, anniversaries, everything. And now they're getting into your circle of influence, and now you're starting to build a database on that client and just constantly stay in front of them, right? This is just adding new clients. Okay. What else here? Okay, also car dealerships. Sometimes the employees all wear the same shirts, right? That has a car dealership logo, and they're doing maintenance on cars every day. Can you get the contract to clean those uniforms, those shirts, and those pants and stuff like that, right? There's another possibility right there. Since everybody's in uniform, you can land a contract with them, or go and negotiate with them versus their existing contract, right? So there's another opportunities. Also, local car repair shops. Some of them have shirts that everybody wears. The air conditioning, heating, and cooling companies, the bigger ones in your city, they've all got uniforms with the name on them. Those need to be washed. Those need to be dry cleaned, right? Okay, and the other thing is also, make sure I got room on here. Realtors. Okay, you can go to realtors, and you can tell them, hey, you know what? Every time you sell a new house, there's always a welcome home package, right? Welcome to your new house, and the realtor provides things like, some snacks, a bottle of wine, or little gift cards or whatever. You can actually put your gift card in there if you join venture with real estate agents. Say, hey, you know what? Here's a gift card for $25 or $30 and free dry cleaning at Jim's Dry Cleaning, and he's just a mile up the road from you, from your new property, right? There's another way you can do that, and you can hand those out to the real estate agent and say, hey, every new house you sell, right? Put this in there with your welcome home package, and then again, the real estate agent wants a percentage of the sale when the client uses it. That's fine. Again, you're looking to break even, sometimes not always lose money on the first sale, because you're thinking long term. You're thinking lifetime value of the client, right? That's what you're thinking. Okay. So that's another idea there. Um, oh, this one is a good example. During the Depression of the 1930s, you had Kellogg cereal. Okay. They were, I'm not sure if there's two G's or one. Okay. They were a, they had a competitor which was Post cereal. Okay. What happened during the Depression of the 1930s? Why did Kellogg take off versus Post? Because Post cut back on their advertising, whereas Kellogg increased their advertising, right? During the Depression. Okay. Cut back, Kellogg took that time to move forward. So right now, there's a lot of businesses that are cutting back on their marketing, on their ways to get in front of people, on their way to do their business better, on their way to joint venture and stuff like that. So there's the opportunity for you. There's the opportunity for you to move forward because everybody's cutting back. There's less noise in the marketplace. You've got less people competing, right, who are out there. And you have all this information and you've got all these ways that you can joint venture as a dry cleaner and start reaching out and start getting more and more business. Okay. Again, these are just some ideas to help you move forward. And these are things that I've learned. Okay. And if you look at my other video on the restaurant one, it talks about how the restaurant owner can joint venture with you and offer free meals, right, to all of your clients, existing clients. Every time he gives a meal to one of your clients, you get a free meal as well. You all can joint venture with each other, okay? Work together, all right? So again, there's opportunity out there. There's a lot of ways that you can continue moving forward despite what you're hearing in the news and the challenging times. You just have to open your mind to see it, okay? I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been valuable to you. If it has been, share it with family, share it with friends, share it with other business owners. These strategies can all be used across a variety of industries. Okay, these tips, these ideas of joint venturing, looking at the lifetime value, focusing on break even, split testing, putting out flyers, stuff like that. I'm trying to get you to think bigger and long term and more exponential than just linear one service, one product. Okay. This could be the opportunity for you to pivot and start getting multiple streams of income coming into your business instead of just thinking, one area. Okay. Again, I hope this has been valuable. If it has, comment below, send me a message. Let me know what else you want to hear about, what other videos I can put out that'll help you take your business to the next level. I'm always trying to provide value and service. Thank you.